Hello, my name is Theodore P. Druch, and I'm going to read the opening passages of my book, Timothy Leary and the Madmen of Millbrook, which is an account of the year and a half I spent at the center of the psychedelic revolution. Klein was the first to break the silence. "It stinks like piss over here." His face was turned up in disgust. "Where the hell do you think you are?" Haynes said, twirling his Druch beads, anxiety further revealed by the sweat on his forehead. "The Waldorf?" "Hold your breath if it bothers you." That was Klebs. "It smells like home to me." Lubrano laughed. "It's okay, Klein, we won't be here long. Right, Bill?" "If Billy knows what's good for him, we'll be out in a flash. There's no one I'd rather have standing in the dock next to me than William Mellon Hitchcock. He'll come through. Mummy sure doesn't need a big scandal on her hands." That was my brother, Howie. "Oh, damn." Now Chuck was heard from. "It stinks over here, too." Booked, fingerprinted, and having posed for some charming portrait photos, the six of us were sitting in the drunk tank in the Poughkeepsie jailhouse, whisked away from our dinner, courtesy of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Department. We'd been arrested for failure to assist a police officer. Huh? The Dutchess County DA, hot to get something on Tim Leary and frustrated that he was nowhere in the vicinity, decided to take it out on us. "Now, if they come without a search warrant, you don't have to let them in," we were told by Noel Tepper, our lawyer. Great advice. "Tepper ought to be in here with us." Haynes was twirling his beads furiously. Klebs was pacing back and forth. "What the hell kind of charge is that anyway? There's no such thing. They just trumped it up. They have no legal right to hold us." "Why don't you tell it to that guard over there? Maybe he'll let us out." I had just finished cleaning up the printing press and was on my way to the kitchen for dinner when a loud banging alerted me to the fact that someone wanted in. I didn't have to wait long to find out who. "Open up, Dutchess County Sheriff's Department." I opened the door as far as the chain would permit. The Gestapo was outside in the person of Charlie Borchers and about half a dozen of his jack-booted county troopers. "Can I help you?" I asked innocently. "We have an arrest warrant for John Pearson." "Who?" "There's nobody here by that name, sorry." "Do you have a search warrant?" "We have an arrest warrant for John Pearson. Let us in." Our lawyer said that if you don't have a search warrant, we don't have to let you in. I closed the door, figuring that if John Pearson wasn't here, they couldn't arrest him, so the warrant was moot. Wrong. Just before I could close it completely, the door flew open, ripping a chain right out of the wall. I was grabbed by several hands, pulled out the door, and handcuffed behind my back. It was midwinter, it was freezing, and all I had on were casual clothes, suitable for a toasty indoors. Shortly, Steve Lubrano followed, thrown forcefully out into the snow for no other reason than he happened to walk by the door at just the wrong moment. He wasn't properly dressed for the occasion either. What ensued after that was pure Keystone Cops. Bill Haynes, Chuck, Howie, and Betsy with 2-year-old Thorne in her arms came running hand in hand halfway down the steps from the second floor. They were shouting. Charlie Borchers and his gang climbed halfway up. They were shouting too. He and Haynes locked arms and began a tug of war. "Unhand my spiritual leader," Chuck yelled, sealing his fate. Likewise, Howie Klein, who had come out of the kitchen and asked what was happening. Klebs was arrested too. He was greatly amused when a wad of Kleenex he'd used to blow his nose was gingerly picked up by one of the cops and placed in a plastic bag. The affair became storied in our folklore as the Great Millbrook Snot Bust. Before long, the six of us were freezing our balls off with our hands tied behind. It was the beginning of the end. Now we were waiting for Billy Hitchcock to come and bail us out. We knew where all the bodies were buried, so to speak, and if Billy didn't want us to tell all we knew about his LSD smuggling operations, We figured we wouldn't have long to wait. Chuck, a big black dude, began to sing softly in his powerful baritone. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. We cracked up. Billy's lawyer did eventually show up, but we cooled our heels for several hours waiting. I had plenty of time to meditate on what a nice Jewish boy like me was doing in a dump like this.